Hello. I am EB. God, I am EB. Hi. I forgot to mention last week. But, we're starting streams a little later than usual because I have stuff to do, right, as I get out of work, aka pretty much going to John's house and feeding the kitties and giving them lots of pats because they miss their dad. Hi John, are you there? I don't know if John is there. Hi. Hi Dettle, how you doing? I got bonked. Jesus Christ. I feel like that Yoshi Bonk gif has been the cause of like my headaches and in general. Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe it? I've had a headache on and off for 2 weeks. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. I should probably go to the doctor. I should probably do something about it. Uh-oh. But anyways, hi, we're playing more NieR. And today... Do you have an audible code? No. Gods, I wish. You got a sub. You got a sub? Nice. Wait, like for real? What? But I have some sort of drops enabled for something? The fuck? Well, regardless of what that is, I have no idea. It doesn't appear for me, but yeah. That'd be really funny. Like it said stop to audible. What the fuck? Oh my god. Does it detect? Does it detect that I put audible as the title of the stream? And now it's like, oh hey, you have an audible code? Yeah, go to audible like right now. If that's so, that fucking Amazon. Fucking Amazon, man. Now I'm kind of curious, but oh well. Send me a screenshot if it appears again. I'm kind of curious. But yeah, as I said, let me switch into game. Hello. We have NieR plushie today. Today we are playing NieR Replicant, and we're gonna have a little bit of an audiobook moment because the first part of Route B is literally text. It's literally a bit of a novel. So we're gonna be reading. It's not that long. It should be like 40 minutes. But it does give a lot of context to Kaine and her, how can I say this? Her past and everything, and it's very interesting and sad, and very sad. But don't worry, if audiobooks are not your thing, I have a special strategy to keep you entertained. Follow now to reveal the special strategy. Anyways, okay, we're going. Wow. Falls asleep. You can fall asleep, it's fine. Take a little nap while the audiobook is going.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my...
Whoops.
My mind has been confusing her with my sister this
There we go.
whole time. Anyway...
Whoosh. Boing. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to fight this bitch again. Like the boss that comes from here. But I don't know if that's before or after the audiobook. Okay, it's after. Kindness dreams. Discrimination. What a lovely fucking thing to start with. Discrimination, right? Anyways, before that, wait. I wanna put my things. I wanna put my silly little things. Your throat hurts, man. That's awful. I hope you feel better soon. Welcome to entertainment. Also, I don't know why. I think that my game is not sized correctly. Wait me a second. There you go. That's a little better. The only discrimination allowed here is against 6-7. Nah, I allow the 6-7 to exist. Let the numbers exist. But yeah. Okay, ready for a sad backstory? I know this is like I guess not the most like tonally appropriate gifts, but it gives me moral support. I also have the NieR plushie. The NieR plushie gives me moral support, so there we go. Let's look at kind of story. I should change your title. No! Don't change my title to Poob. That's kinda... That's bad. That's... maybe Twitch will ban me because Poob. Okay. Sad. Sad times. Sad times. Tone. Tone. There we go. Okay, so. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs surrounded the area. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified the sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. The thin wisps. You know I can fucking read today. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with a pale white skin to give the face up an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled, with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as hail of stones began to fall around. I am. How you doing? The served. No! Don't ban me. It is reading time. Hello, use my code POLLY67 to get 10% off of your Audible subscription. I don't actually have a code. It would be fucking funny if Audible actually sponsored me. And I don't think they give codes like that. I don't remember how their codes are given. Anyways, hi. Hi John, how you doing? How's the ranch treating you? I hope the ranch is treating you well. Please send us pictures. I refuse to type that code, so I guess I pay full price! Oh my god, yeah. Why is that so funny to me? Damn. It is okay. I will type my own code, and I will receive my own commission and my own discount. Hell yeah. Real nice, but your brother is there? Nah. Man. Kick him. Just kick him. For context, his brother is not a good person, so I hate him. Kick him. I gotta hate your brother, so like... It's okay, just like, put... I don't know. Put what's like... something... Put his pillow in the microwave. And then he'll have an extremely warm pillow for him to sleep on. And his life will be miserable. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're reading today. We're gonna take a look at Kindness story, which is it's an interesting stuff. Put him in the microwave. I agree with that statement. Anyways, back to the reading. If I skip some messages here and there, I'm gonna try to read messages like when I'm in a position in the text in which I can pause, because otherwise the pauses are gonna be probably a bit too frequent. So there's gonna be that. Okay, and also, get entertained. I selected these gifts for your entertainment, so I hope you enjoy them. Okay, fuck-ass bullies are here. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo-ho, Kaine. The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or do you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was all futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelly burning in the eyes. Cruelty burning in their eyes, I cannot read. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave, he can't hurt me. Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin, and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. He could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. You just say no. Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried making the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. They are fucked up. Children are fucked up, man. Bonita, do you need to use your PNG to read the text on the screen? Yep. Yeah, that's my pewter. This is the quality of my computer. At some point we're gonna have 3D not cutscenes, sorry. We're gonna go back to 3D, so might as well. Might as well. It's not gonna be all audiobook this stream. There's no Subway Surfers. If there's like a NieR Subway Surfers mod, please send it my way and I will put it on the screen. I was got 4 kills and a 4 coin skill at 40 SP, bro. Pain. Absolute pain. But yeah, I also have to get the Boulder Redeem working on the PNG. I tried a strategy, but it didn't work. So like, I need to investigate how to actually do it. But anyways, kids fucked up. Kids are fucked up. Trying to close her eyes and listen to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kind of was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. Serves you fucking right. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying! He's actually crying! Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down gently and touched the hand of Demo was— what? The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Oh, that's painful. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining, ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch! A big one that could kill me. What are the implications of this universe having relatively modern swear words? Sometimes I just think it's funny, like when Popola— wait, was it Popola or Devola? Yeah, when Devola said bitch, it's like, what? Why? How do you know? Need to use 2D Polly. Yeah. Today Polly is two-dimensional. And she will stay that way, at least for today. Anyways, yay! Boulder redeem for the kid! Death is the best cure for stupid. Nemo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backwards and spat on the ground. Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Look at the fat boy go! Yes, he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting the blood from her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said. Why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any attempt the crossing. You gotta do your fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's mouth-eating shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush! Interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one. And yet her grandmother somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where do you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. Girl. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in the construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it fell between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are! What a bold thing to say! Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll just be fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift off past the vane and into the cloud sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and head home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Man. Fucking love this woman, I love her. Imagine having a grandma that swears. That's great. Okay, tiny break. To the poly model? Maybe, someday. I don't know. I'm working on that. Ah! Old woman Rex transphobe as he deserves. That fucking kid needed like 1,000 rocks to the head. I swear. Kaine, aka Cayenne Pepper! Kaine? Yeah, I know how to pronounce Kaine. Hi Lorties, how you doing? I am folks and I have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with it. Whoosh, you don't have a problem with it anymore. Hi. Welcome to audiobook. Please use my code in order to get 10% off. You know what? I should have made it 67% off. Bro, I should have made it 60% off instead of 10% off. Well, no, Amazon would never be that kind to give such a fucking discount. What do I have a problem with anyways? I just got here! Then that's good. Anyways. Too late to change the stream title now. Yeah. Unless. Nah, I'm not gonna change it right now. Because then when I exported the... No, my title! Yoshi bonks you. How dare you? How dare, how dare. Do I still have my... Yes, I still have my title in OVS. Ha 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 ha. Oh no, you still got it. You pranked me. You pranked me, how dare. Alrighty. I have been bonked enough. Oh, you did change it to 6.7 off on your audible subscription. Amazing. Amazing. Actually, and also, I don't care if Amazon bonks me. There is a certain website where you can get all the audiobooks you want. There is a website. Just check it out on Free Media Heck Yeah. Free Media Heck Yeah is the best website ever. What is the book about? I'm confused. This one? Okay, so we're playing NieR Replicant. We're starting Route B. And the thing is that it starts with Kaine's backstory, and that's gonna take a little bit. So we're reading that, and after that we're gonna fight a boss, and Route B officially starts. So yeah! Woo! And Kaine's backstory is really fucking sad. Why does bad things happen to Girly? I don't like it. I don't like it. But, oh well. Shall we continue? We shall continue. Okay. It says daily life, so probably this isn't as sad. Where's my water? I need my water. There we go. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman about his work. Yeah, that grandma is fucking powerful. The firewood the firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as it could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. "Grandma," called Kaine. "That you, Kaine?" yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. "Don't get too close or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in mid-air. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task required to travel to the village. Required traveling to the village. I cannot read. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, the grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of the land they call home. Kinda enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kinda turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped a wood before. She had never chopped wood before, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and then when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kinda swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it. Crap. She's trying to not swear. Kinda. You sweet summer child. Chopped a wood. I am the master of words. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kinda redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kinda dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kinda steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kinda didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kinda away. Stop that. Just stopped, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Girl. Just tired from the trip is all. Kinda desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kinda was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kinda came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kinda gently pushed her down. It's alright, she said. I'll be fine. Grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kinda strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kinda moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. The fuck-ass. What if I just changed his name to Fuck-ass? Fuck-ass and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kinda finally found herself at the entrance of the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kinda took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kinda's presence. Hey, lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me, they seemed to say. But Kaine saw her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. This woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed. I forgot this! Kaine cringed! Yeah, I would cringe. Rotund, yeah. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from her assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way into the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer on the counter. It was the fuck-ass. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he spurred. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it, stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter. She asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Huh, barked Demo. That old bitch finally kneel over? Keel? Keel over? What's keel? Go to hell, fuck-ass! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You tell him. You tell him, girl. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle, but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and nothing as she spoke. And into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched her when she was just a little girl. She's been dead for a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. He just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head lightly and then down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Callie, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Callie? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wish she would like if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like it very much. Kaine murmured in a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "What's a crone?" "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horse shit," said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. "It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, you know, make drawing easy or something." The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It could also have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered into a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it." "But hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to the one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself into Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move on, in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. With every word I love this old woman more. Me too. I love her. She's really nice. Are you ready to cry? Are you ready to cry? Because I'm ready to fucking cry. Are we? You know when there's no music? When there's no music, shit's about to happen. Shit, fucking. Anyways, it's drinking break. Coffee. Coffee is so good. The pancakes got her. Yep. We know she's gonna die, yeah. Oh no! Well, you don't know how she's going to die yet. I feel like the how is way more horrible than just, oh, she dies, because she could have just died a normal old person death, and yes, it would be sad and tragic, but it's not as bad as whatever the fuck is about to happen. Anyways, I think this is the last part. This might be the last part of the thing. So, are you ready to cry? Are you ready to suffer? I'm ready to suffer. Yay! So I don't know if y'all remember this fucking boss that we fought like at the beginning of the game. It might be there. It might not. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways, I need to prepare myself to read again. Okay, sad times, sad times, sad times. It's just really fun to swear when when the grandma's dialogue comes in. I love how she swears. She's great. Okay, now we do it. Kinda listen to the sound of crackling firewood and stare at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood into the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool, it's a berry! Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Well, yeah, it sure looks like a bug. And I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kaina held her nose and threw the berry into her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaina's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, the relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaina could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaina started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaina lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling in her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaina looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was gonna check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something, but I'm gonna pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." Give me a second. There we go, I need to get closer to the screen, I cannot see. Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kaina stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around her home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. "God damn, girl. If a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway." "I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday." The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. "Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from her drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't nothing like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you, where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. I love them. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazy grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? The old woman stared at her, blinked, and slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kinda thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I wouldn't have you stay here to keep an eye on a old codger? Like, what is a codger? You get your fruit and your wool and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kinda rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kinda could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle but with a sad expression on her face. Codger is slang for old person. Okay, thank you. Lots of words I don't understand. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kinda worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kinda pushed a nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kindness suddenly felt her stomach not in on itself. No. Oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze. The thick flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Kinda ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kindness Man began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved a balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving its appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flickered its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. Wait me a second. There we go. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotten meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream on her own. "Alright, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed in the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest. Then he began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the description it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flame, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma. At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling down the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up. Get up. Get up now. As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might have well been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a grasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with each second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back," she screamed. "Give her back to me." It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards a young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. "Kaine?" Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough to make for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her from the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought that would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps of the creature's toes, as a terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been just hers a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away in the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after another, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, and a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving the smoke into the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose, as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of the knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly. Stretchy. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. I'm bleeding to death. No, can't. Can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and the flames. All of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it. Oh, it's gonna go. There we go. As a spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Okay, we're done! I think. I am not entirely sure. Oh yeah, I changed her outfit! Hi, girly! Yay! Are you ready to fight a boss? Are you ready to fight a boss? There we go. So yeah, that was the end of the grandma. Ain't that fucked up? Why can't I... wait. There we go. There we go. Hone in into that.
This creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
Bro.
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
My frames!
My sword feels lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user.
Is he not gonna move? And then Grandma rose from said some curse words and rose from the grave because she felt like it. Man, that would have been great. Sadly, she's gone forever. Why can't Girly be happy? I know, right? Okay, we're gonna have a quick break because I think our snoozes are over. So, we'll be right back. I think. Are we gonna be right back? Yeah, we're gonna be right back. Whoa! Hello, hi. Sorry I had to do that thing. I am back. Hello. Oh my god. Sorry. Anyways. Sorry for taking so long. Is kinda Yokotaro's abuse goblin? Low-key? Kinda. Maybe 9S. Maybe 9S also counts, you know. Both of them. Actually, kind of both. Oh god, wait a second. There we go. Sorry, I had to do some stuff on the other computer, but we are back now. Say goodnight to John because John is about to go to sleep. Good night, John. Have good EBs. I should go to sleep soon. Can't wait for the 6.7% off my book audio. Yeah. Yeah. Put your code now. Input your code. Yeah, yeah. I miss Polly again. I am back for realsies. Okay, we're gonna take the gifts off because now we can actually go to town. Good night, gang. Good night, John. Hope you have a good night. Good night sleep. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, man. You made me waste like a bunch of magic. What the hell? There we go. Don't get eaten by car. Car will always eat. You cannot stop the car. There we go. Death. Destruction. Boing. Fisting time. Wait, it's not fisting, he's jerking it! Crush the Pinot. Holy shit, you broke it. Jorking it, yeah. Look, she's dressed as 2V, she's so cute! Oh wait, what? There's one more! Wait, where are my gifts? Well, I thought we were back into action, alright. Okay, back into audiobook mode. Hi, welcome to my Steam board. I hope you appreciate the gifts. Let's do this one. Story time again, yeah, get comfy. Comfy time. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow the one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, kinda tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. We got 5 minutes of video game, yeah. 5 minutes of video game to shake up the stream, and now we're back to reading. Yeah. Audible code and description. Anyways. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned the remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make this is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Huh, cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Nemo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck your eyes and feed them to a dog. Jesus Christ, girlie. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another one, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No. Stop. I don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop, no, don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at NieR. To her surprise, the insects fell out of the picture to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was. A smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. I look like that? Oh god, I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left out to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, then began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? You could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and it was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain. But the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out the throats and bathe them in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaina was struck by the most powerful sensation she felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. I don't like this guy. I forgot how much I hated him, actually. I don't even remember his name. Anyways, I'm not gonna say this. Okay, yeah. Fair trade, huh? A black lump began to protrude from Kaina's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. What the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that killed her, and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Aina glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Aina stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Aina took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood, then go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. I fucking hate this guy. God, he's so annoying. God, he's so... What is his name? I forget. Because they never mention him by name. Hold up. Hold up. Tyron! His name is Tyron. I fucking hate him. Anyways. Aina grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Aina screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me? We got what you may call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen. Or, per the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you, too. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make that happen. That little fat kid who kept pecking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, will wrap him up in their will wrap him up in their own assholes. How would that even work anatomically? Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist, some killing snob? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. Kill me. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Please. Heide considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze fell on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name- Oh no, they do mention his name! My name's Tyron, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out on this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Aina found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyron. I'm shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, you know, go soft, I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew farther and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm and found around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. Feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was a wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, and slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as tears could somehow wash away the horror of that now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Thank you, Remiel.
Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Kind of funny, we don't know if she opened her eyes.
Oh, hey.
Hey!
Remiel, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time.
Yeah, I know, I'm gonna take the gifts off now. Yay! You wanna know something fun? You wanna know something fun? On the Gestalt version, which is the one with that NieR, instead of saying, well, you grew up, she says, you look like shit. Girl. Girl. Never change.
Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Aww.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Aww. Why'd they even go back in time? Oh, we're in the second route. And it starts from here. Like, technically we reached an ending already. Yeah.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Remiel's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and... I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it!
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, as long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Well,
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
man.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Bro. Oh yeah, new scene! Wait, no. New scene? Is this new? No. This one was not. Sometimes I forget, like, what belongs to Route A and Route B.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil.
No, this is normal. Yeah.
But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
Campfires?
This is a really nice addition.
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth, I poured warm water over you?
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
Just a tad. Just a little, my guy.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea! Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body! I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
He laughed. She also laughed. He's so nice. Yay, bonding. I love bonding time.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
But not before looting your own house. Oh, we don't have anything here. Alright. Yeah, we're not gonna touch that book. I am not ready to go into the dungeon just yet. I don't think I want to go into the dungeon, but like, it has some nice extra things though. Holy shit. Like, I think it has some extra...
Talk to Dev.
NieR. Like, there's more outfits. I wanted to put the... to select the samurai outfits for all the characters, but I think I need to unlock them. So I just went with Yorha.
Hey,
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
I understand you're doing this for the village, and that you don't have a choice.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and
Yeah?
sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
All right.
Okay, now we're going to go to town, and we're gonna be like, oh shit, the fragments again. The fragments. We're gonna see how many fragments we can get this stream. I'm most likely not gonna get all of them, but I
Popola?
could get like 1 or 2 this stream, get the rest of them next stream, and probably also Shadow Lord's Castle, which will lead us to ending B.
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
So ending B soon.
Yeah, but neither did you. You're just trying to protect the villagers.
It's very kind of you to say so.
Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
But the bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
Take a fucking boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge.
Oh wait, do we need to repeat? Shit! No! I forgot about this! We need to repeat the ferryman's quest! We do!
That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. Alright, I'll see you around.
And for the love of everything, be careful.
Yep, we're gonna... Oh god, we're gonna see the Little Mermaid again. Oh man, that's gonna be a battle, alright. It's gonna be a battle, right?
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should...
Alright.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Except there's no boat. There's no boat. There's no boat. Fuck. Hi Hermie, how you doing? Is this a prequel to the pencil game? What? What pencil game? What?
Everything in working order.
Yeah, Vice. I'm good.
Your health is diminished. Do be more careful next time.
There we go. I'm gonna take the actual path, so as to not let little old NieR drown. My guy is like 20-something by this point, and he still doesn't know how to swim.
Hey, look who it is. Remember me?
That red bag. By my pages. You're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked. Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
Oh, the pencil character? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah yes, to be pencil.
Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns.
Yeah, it is a prequel.
Ball and Chain is always harping on me now. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let...
Honestly, I'm like a little on the fence to decide which one's my favorite. I think Replicant's my favorite. My guy, Lost Shrine. Well, we gotta go to the Lost Shrine, right? Prequel be like book, sequel be like Pencer and a mech girl. I guess you're not wrong in the book part, considering Vice, and also considering that we just spent like an hour and a half of the stream reading.
As well as...
Let us...
We are feeling very booked today. Hi Prince, how you doing? Hello, hello. That's a very cute emote. We are on— oh yeah! Forgot to mention, now that we have Kaina's backstory, and we know about the fucking shade, we now can hear the shades, and we have extra context for whatever the fuck is happening. Can't wait for NieR 3 Kindle edition. Okay, that's a good one. I have no idea what's gonna go, like, what's going through Yokotaro's brain, or maybe through Square Enix, because, like, people have been on the talks, like, he has been kind of, like, teasing a NieR project for years now, and we have no idea what the fuck is going on. or anything, if there's even a project in the first place, if it was cancelled or anything. So, we'll wait. I'm gonna have to wait 10 years if I have to for NieR 3. Would anyone like my code for 2 months of Audible Premium? Input code POLLY67 to redeem 6.7% off your Audible subscription. NieR just Toy Story in a stationery shop, trust me. Okay, so if Tubi is a pencil, what is Ninus? A notebook, perhaps? Maybe he's a notebook. Oh no, A2 is a notebook because there's like different sizes of paper. There's A2 size of paper. Yeah. So now we get little tidbits of story with the shades that we're fighting. Yokotaro naming his characters on a trip to the office supply store. Yes. To be fair, Japan has some great stationery. You don't want to mess with the stapler. Oh my god. Okay, what if I'm trying to think of other characters as possible stationery supplies. I think Remiel would be a paperweight. Like, his head is ideal for a paperweight. What else? Oh, Kaine would be a box cutter. Yeah, she would be a box cutter. Well, Bice is a fucking book, Lamau. We have A2, we have 2B, we have 9S. Like, if A2 is the paper, what is 9S? S for stapler, perhaps? Yeah, maybe he's a stapler. And what else do we got? Oh, hey! Also, something I really like about these is that they have names now. This is Gretel. Yokotaro really likes his storybook names, because the shade that we fought for Kindness Revenge, that one's called Hook. This one's Gretel, the other one that's dead is Hansel. We got the Little Mermaid. It's just Sinualis all over again. Did some of you play Sinualis when it released? If you don't know, Sinualis was a gacha game.
Ain't you excited, sunshine?
Oh, this fuckus has a voice, I forgot about it.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
Hate him, hate him, hate him, hate him. Fuck off. There we go. Anyways, so Sinualis was a gacha game. In the... it was not exactly in the NieR universe, but it had its references here and there. And they also made a collab with NieR Automata and Replicant. So technically, it's part of the Yokotaro-verse. I'm gonna call it like that, right? And a lot of the characters, if not all of them, come from storybooks. No, yeah, all of them. Like classic fairy tales. You have Snow White and Cinderella. You have Alice in Wonderland, of course. I liked Gretel a a lot. Well, I don't remember if it was Hansel or Gretel. There was a thing going on in there. It was Hansel or Gretel. And oh, Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio was one of my favorite characters. He's so cute. He's absolutely adorable. He was my favorite. But yeah, did not know that. Yeah, it was very short-lived. I don't know. I think it lasted less than 3 years, which is like so little for a gacha game. Bro. Let me... How do I even do this? Open the door. Stop letting it be closed. Yeah, I remember. It was so fun. I made some friends back in the day playing that game because it had this mode of like battles, and it was like, I don't remember if it was a daily or a weekly battle in which you build your own units and then you have to battle in teams. They were called guilds. So that's how I met some really great friends. My Canadian friends. Shout out to my Canadian friends, Lamau. Oh fuck, there's this tree branch here. And we were just like fucking... John just found them randomly on a group of people looking for guilds. And we just integrated into their guild. And we just started playing, like, every time there was a battle. And became friends after that. It was fun. Of course I didn't know how to play the game very well. But I was just there mostly for the vibes. And the thing about the teamwork battles is that everyone has, like, a special attack of their own, like your own special attacks and units, right? And you had to time them. So it was like, okay, at this minute of the battle you have to activate your special move. And it was like, holy shit, my special move. Why the fuck? Why the fuck can't I move this box? What? Hello? Oh, that's why. Young Gacha at it again. Yay. Pretty much. What the fuck? Oh. Oh. I think I know. No, I do not. What the fuck did I just do? What? Huh? What? Oh! There we go. Jonas spelled different. I wasn't even listening, but hearing Canadian awakened me. Ah, yes, you are woken up by the calls of your people. Yeah, we have some Canadian friends. They have lasted the test of time. How long has it been since I've met them? Shit, like 7 years? I think? I'm not sure. Eventually, Sinoalis went out of service. And we just kept talking. Something gravy, cheese, curd, fries. Oh, yeah. I have never tasted poutine in my life, but I know I will love it. Uh-oh. Oh no, the shades are talking.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety, Shades.
Garden variety.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Huh. I did not remember that. Interesting. Forces you to eat poutine. I mean, I wouldn't be forced. I would very much like to taste poutine. How many channel points for Polly to try poutine on stream? They don't sell it here. Like, and I don't know where I can get cheese curds, actually, like, to make them myself. Because I imagine it's different from normal cheese, right? Like, and also what kind of gravy do they use? Costco? Bro, my Costco is Mexican as hell. I ain't getting that there. Gotta ship you a Canadian chef. Yes, please. Can Tuttle be my chef? Like, it's often that I hear you that you make pasta and macaroni, and I'm like, God, I want that. God, I want some pasta. I want some macaroni. I want macaroni 24/7. Please, I will pay you. Oh my god. I have to kill these. Who is a famous Canadian chef? I don't think I can be shipped in a box. I guess no one can be shipped in a box. But I was about to say, like, who's a famous Canadian chef? Because, for example, the UK has Gordon Ramsay, and this other guy, Jamie Oliver, right? I don't know if Nigella, it's been a while since I've seen Nigella. I think she's from the UK as well. There are some US chefs as well, but I guess they're less famous. So, like, are there any Canadian chefs that I can just, like, hire? We don't talk about Jamie Oliver? Oh no, that he got cancelled? I have not heard of Jamie Oliver in, like, a good 15 years. No, he just sucks. Okay. Well, sucks too. It sucks that he sucks. So funny how this shade had so much development in a couple cutscenes compared to NieR just taking all the fucking game to get to that conclusion. He made the worst fried rice I've ever seen in my entire life, so he's banned from cooking now. Wait, I gotta see this. Jamie Oliver fried rice. The one that says Singapore style fried rice? I mean, it looks like fried rice. It just looks different, but it doesn't look like... It doesn't look horrible. Let's see, ingredients. The Uncle Roger one. Oh my god. The second video that I got in the list of results says Jamie Oliver destroys fried rice again. Magic chicken baked fried rice. Jamie Oliver's fried rice recipe went viral for all the wrong reasons. Egg fried rice video. Spring onions, chili jam, 2 eggs, silken tofu, a packet of pre-cooked white rice. I mean, I guess it's better if you do leftover rice, but like, that doesn't sound egregious just yet. Uncle Roger is this one, right? Yeah. Is that one that says emotional damage, right? Wait, does he put sour cream in it? What is this? Oh, it's 15 minutes. That looks like beef. He put sriracha in— wait, what's that? Ketchup. Oh no, that's sauce. That's the chili jam that he talks about. Sriracha. What else? What is this? Oh, the rice. Again, it doesn't look egregious. Maybe I'm missing an ingredient while trying to skim through the video. You know? Maybe. I will watch it later, because it's 15 minutes, and yeah, it's gonna take a little. Chili jam. Yeah, like, I've never heard of the concept before, but honestly it doesn't sound too bad. It's kind of just like a chili sauce, right? I would just imagine with a little sugar in that. Hi Yutsu, how you doing? Hello. Okay, back from break. Let's defeat a boss. Sweet fried rice. It's like teriyaki sauce, isn't it? Like, it sounds like teriyaki sauce. Teriyaki sauce is mostly sugar. Don't get canceled for your fried rice opinions? What? I'm just saying, it doesn't look egregious.
Remiel, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun!
Fun!
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Remiel.
You got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
I love this interaction. Anyways. Farewell, Polly, was nice knowing you. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all... What the fuck? Why can't I? I'm gonna tell y'all how I do fried rice. Right? So, leftover white rice... well, no. Actually, I cook white onions a little. If I had garlic, I would put garlic, but my family doesn't manage garlic, so we have garlic salt. There we go. Like powdered garlic, not garlic salt. Like, okay, cook the onions a little bit. Maybe put the rice in already. Like, there has to be like a little oil in it, so it crisps up a little. And... I put whatever other... Oh no, before the rice, I need to put like the other vegetables. I kind of just do whatever vegetables are on hand. Maybe broccoli. I would put broccoli. Broccoli sounds like an okay vegetable to add. I guess I don't add many vegetables, Lamau. There's, again, meat. Usually there's chicken, for example, so I put the chicken in when everything's cooked nicely. Then you put in the rice. Cook the rice a little. Maybe like, so it's a teeny tiny bit crispy. Like, it's not going to fully crisp up, but just a teeny tiny bit crispy. And then some soy sauce to give it a little color. And that's it, and garnish, if I have them, with spring onions. Okay, how's my fried rice recipe? Do I get cancelled? Do I get cancelled? Thus I can still hear her voice, bro. I love Uncle Roger's videos. I only seen one, really. Oh my god, NieR, shut the fuck up. There we go.
We seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
I didn't hear no chili jam. I guess not. I would add a sriracha if I had any, but I don't. I actually don't have a lot of good ingredients for fried rice now that I think about it. I don't have a lot of vegetables. I don't have sriracha. Like, I would put maybe like some, so what, there's like this sauce that they sell in the fancy market I visit sometimes. God damn it, that's not what I wanted to do. That it's for like Japanese dishes. I think I would add that. And sriracha and I don't know what else. There we go. All right. But to be honest, like, for example, if I had no soy sauce, I could do watered down teriyaki sauce. Like, not the liquidy teriyaki sauce. I have like a particular kind of teriyaki sauce that is like super freaking thick. So I would water it down so it's a little bit more manageable. And I would add that until it's like, maybe not dissolved, like integrate into the rice, I mean. Bro.
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light.
Bro. Now that we can hear the thoughts of the shades, this is so sad.
Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Oh my god. Why are you so strong? I would add it that it also doesn't help that Jamie's supposed to be a renowned cook. I guess you're right. Like, they're supposed to have a bit of a higher standard for cooking.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying.
Stop shielding!
Creatures, you cannot hope to best me.
These little bastards just keep coming.
These creatures cannot abide the sun. Lure them into the light.
There we go. Like, yeah, imagine if Gordon Ramsay made the worst toast of your life. You would stop believing in him a bit. Actually, I feel like a lot of people don't like Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs. They're quite different. They're kind of like French style scrambled eggs. They're very creamy, like very liquidy, not actually like clumps of scrambled eggs. I like that. I don't like that it's like very,
Damn it.
how can I say this? With the big pieces. I don't like oh my god, I don't like scrambled eggs with the big pieces. So I like how he does it. Holy shit, stop.
All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
Shut the fuck up. Ah! He's okay, there we go. My frames. Amy's fried rice is worse than Gordon's grilled cheese? Wait, what's wrong with Gordon's grilled cheese? What? Beyblade! Bro.
Kaine!
Oh, you're kidding me.
You failed to make the cheese melt. Bro. Gordon's son doesn't like his scrambled eggs because they take too goddamn long? Bro. I would imagine that. Come on. Come on. Like, he tempers the eggs in a strange way. And that's why they're so creamy, but yeah, they would take so fucking long. Also, how do you make a grilled cheese without cheese melting? Like, that's just a straight up cheese sandwich, not a grilled cheese. Oh, blood, lovely. It was a skill in its own way. You know, I have a feeling that he might have chosen the wrong kind of cheese, because there are some cheeses that just refuse to melt. Hi, Kaine.
Kaine, are you alright?
Are you alright? With a stick right through the chest.
There is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
Oh, she doesn't have the 2B outfit.
It's Kaine's shade!
We've no other choice. We must strike it down.
Come on, NieR. Come on, NieR.
Hey, come back!
Now, pin her down.
Please.
Please!
There we go.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Just the sting, Lamau. Balls of steel frames, they do. She's back.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again, we'll just stop it again. As many times as it takes. I don't care how tough it is. We're gonna get you back. I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak, and I'm sad, and I'm lonely. But you make me strong. You're my friend, and I need you. So don't you dare leave me.
All right. Stop crying. And... thanks.
Hmm.
I'm all right.
Over there. And what is this,
It's me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well. The law of the memory, loyals, the law of robotics, and the memory tree, but as for sacrifice...
Not a problem. If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find, right?
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, we're gonna... We are out of snoozes today, right? Okay, we're gonna be right back, and then we'll continue. Whoa. Hello, we're back. Oh, sorry. Boulder is not active right now. Boulder is with the... There we go. Boulder's with the 3D model. I still haven't figured out how to make it with the PNG. But I will take your Boulder in spirit. Hi, we're back. And we're just gonna play a teeny tiny bit more just to conclude. Maybe I'll just get to a junk heap and that's it to get everything prepared for next stream when we're actually going to grind the rest of the keys. Oh god. But it is great. This is the last time we're going to do it. Because once... Wait, no. Is it the last time? Yeah, right? Yeah, because if I get all the weapons and then do ending B and save after ending... Oh god, I forgot how it worked. Do I save before? Oh, no. Oh shit, we're gonna have to do it again. I'm gonna check the guide for this because it's a little difficult. Like, at some point you can just save and go through the next ending and then the next ending, and you don't have to, like, repeat the whole sequence of events again. But I don't remember the exact steps, so we're gonna see. When you next load the 3D model, it'll hit with several queued up boulders. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so bouldered. Please, please be nice to my 3D modeled head. Okay, we shall continue.
Oh, splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murder.
Thousand of boulders upon you, how dare you?
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the battle.
Achoo. Sorry.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Alright?
Bless you, thank you. Thank you. Boulder Time Moratorium Zawado Edition. Yes.
Junk heap in the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
The boulders just make me stronger. Every time I'm hit with a boulder redeem, my power increases by 1%.
Sacrificed, and they're thankful. I'll hurry them along the best I can.
I'll try.
Achoo. I feel like my brain is so rattled whenever I sneeze. Rattles brain. Actually, let's get for the Forest of Myth. That's the easiest one, and we can get it today. She only thinks that because of Boulder stealing her brain cells? You're so mean to me, yeah. No, actually the Boulder adds to my brain cells. 1 extra brain cell per boulder. That's how I grow strong. Hello. Here, bro, let me mount you. There we go. Okay, map. Through the bridge to the Forest of Myth. There we go. Ah, motherfucker!
Die, little bastards! Calm yourself. Haste will only lead you to making an ill-timed mistake. An unstable heart is the worst armor one can have.
No time for that, Vice. Gotta get to Yona.
I like that Vice actually offers very sound advice. Is the Vice Advice Corner? Once again, she thinks that because of the boulder. Help. Fucking frames. My frames. Is it here? No. There we go. It's here. Ow! Invisible wall. You know, maybe the boulder is a thing that is actually eating up the frames. You're just like hitting the GPU a bit too hard.
The home of that blasted dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
Okay, I literally just have to look for like some information and skip all of the text.
Why do we seem...
You should hang on.
It may the words form themselves to your liking.
Does that mean it'll tell us what we want to know?
Oh no, I didn't check. No, I didn't read the color of her eyes. $23.
You let it slip through your fingers.
Yeah, that was the wrong answer.
Come on, we have to.
Damn it. And this is what happens when you don't read. You gotta read again. Deep brown, okay. $33, okay. Yeah, the text changes whenever you activate the text, like this section. So you cannot just skip it, you actually have to read it. It is brown. $33. And we're done!
What in the... I never realized shades were capable of rational thought.
That was a whole game, Vice.
I don't care if they can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill him without all this hassle.
With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind.
Foreshadowing, it's a literary device, that. We want Junkie first.
Opal has said we might be able to.
Perhaps we can
And now we call it a day. Yay! Thank you all so much for coming. I'm gonna grind off stream so I can get all the weapons. Because it is important to get the endings. I miss Polly. Polly misses y'all. And you know what? I miss John. For those who don't know, John is back at his hometown for 3 whole weeks. 3 weeks. So, I miss him. It's been like 1 day and I already miss him. So like, yeah. But, oh well. Anyways, we're gonna call it a day. Thank y'all so much for coming. I will be seeing you on Thursday. We're gonna be starting Pocket Mirror, which is an RPG Maker game. Finally, an RPG Maker game again. And yeah, I've seen very good things about it. This is going to be the newer version, because with a lot of RPG Maker games nowadays, you have like the old-ish version. Like, Pocket Mirror was released on 2016, and now there's like an improved version, like a remake on Steam. I forgot the name, but it looks wonderful. It looks really nice. I love the art. And it's connected to also this game that I want to play that is called Little Goody Two Shoes. So we're gonna play Pocket Mirror first, because prequel, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think we gotta play it first, and then Little Goody Two Shoes. Yeah. I'm gonna have a blast with Little Goody Two Shoes. I've seen a little bit of the gameplay a while ago. It's great. Pocket Mirror, yeah! I saw that you played it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it as well. So, thank y'all so much for coming, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Bye-bye!